Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Just want to apologize for any audio issues. I'm not in my usual sort of setup for this one. It's just a quick video talking about the Legacy Collection for Mortal Kombat and EVO, which is actually happening very soon as of recording and releasing this video. By the time you see it, who knows, there might have already been some reveals, some gameplay, who knows. But for now, we have nothing yet. So, we have a few small things. I didn't want to make multiple videos on small topics. I wanted to just cover it all in one video to save myself some time. So before we get into that, consider subscribing for Mortal Kombat videos. And once again, apologies if you hear any mic issues or anything. My bad. Next video will be back to normal. So we've had a few things. We know that the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection will be shown at EVO. We actually know that at least one game is going to be playable. My guess is maybe MK3. I have no idea. It could be the first game. Either way, we know that Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, and 4 are coming soon with this Legacy Collection. And here is a screenshot taken from an Xbox. And you can see here that the game is apparently 340 megabytes. This is just not likely. Like, obviously, these games are tiny, but we still have a bunch of games to be revealed. We know MK1, 2, 3, and 4 are coming with this. And then we're also getting like different versions of each. Like for some, we're getting like 3, 4 versions of the games. Now, yeah, they're tiny, so you could say this is the size, but I don't think it is, especially because there's a few games, there's 4 yet to be revealed. And I personally think it's probably Trilogy, MK4, or MK Gold. And then we might be getting Special Forces and Mythologies, even though those games aren't all that good. You know, it's early Mortal Kombat that you can't really play anymore. Some people want it to be the 3D era. I don't think it will be. And the reason I think this is because on the Xbox you can see approximate size for the game, which is 16 gigabytes. This is still pretty big for a collection of games from the 90s that are all, you know, very small in scale, especially in comparison to games nowadays. I don't think that we're going to be getting the 3D era here. Now, I have no idea how big the 3D era games are, to be fully honest. Like, if I had to guess, I'd assume in like the small amount of gigabytes, like, you know, 5 gigabytes or something, maybe even less. I don't really know, but 16 gigabytes seems too small to be including the 3D era games as well. Some people are upset by this. Some people really want the 3D era games, and I understand that. I wish that they were a part of this collection, but if this collection sells well, I don't see a reason why they wouldn't make a 3D era collection, especially because NetherRealm knows people really want this. So I personally would love to be wrong. I hope the 3D era are a part of this, but I don't think they will be. Hopefully at this event as well, we also get confirmation. As I said earlier, there's 4 games left. We still don't know which they are, what's left. Again, I think it's going to be pretty underwhelming. Just like the Trilogy, Gold, and then Special Forces and Mythologies, which is still pretty cool, but why delay it so much when that's what most people were sort of expecting? I feel like it's going to be really underwhelming when they reveal that. The only reason they would keep it from us this long, if it was, you know, it could be the 3D era games, which would be worth the wait and the surprise, but I don't think it will be those games. But you also know it was leaked by, I think, Xbox as well. They've really dropped the ball here, that apparently the games will be coming out on September 30th. My estimate, I guessed it would be October 8th for the original Mortal Kombat's birthday, which doesn't seem to be the case. They're dropping it a little earlier, but that is just a misstep by Xbox, just a mistake. It's also somewhat of like a leak, so it might not be true. Now back to EVO. These are the times for certain reveals on the 1st of August, which for me, as of recording this, it's the 1st of August. However, I live in a place where the time zone is ahead of the US, so it isn't quite August 1st in America quite yet, as of making this anyway. So you can see here, 12 PM, we have something for the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and apparently it goes for about 30 minutes. So I don't know if that's like a showcase where you get to see new games or see what the games look like, or if players get to actually play these games. Apparently there will be one there that you can play, and I think this is for all 3 days. EVO runs from the 1st to the 3rd of August, for those of you who aren't quite aware. So pretty interesting stuff. There's like small little other things that have been going around, like leaks and small comments on, you know, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Basically, all we know is that there will be one game playable. I assume it is on all 3 days. I think we have like 1 or 2 like people who did the motion capture in the original Mortal Kombat games. The one who did Sonya, I believe, she will be at this event, so that'll be pretty cool. And I'm sure there'll be like a panel answering questions, stuff like that. Now, I don't actually know too much about Evo. I assume there'll be like a live stream where we can actually watch these reveals happen in real time. If you're unlucky enough, like most of us, you won't actually be able to attend it. If not though, if you're really just there for the Mortal Kombat, there'll be YouTube uploads on it, you know, minutes after it's revealed, so you won't be missing too much. I'm sure we'll all be able to keep up to date with any new reveals. As I said, I am sort of expecting maybe they'll reveal the last 4 games, but as I said earlier, we know at least you can play one of them. There'll be a showcase of it. As we know, it's not really a remaster, it's just porting the games over. Whether or not they'll look a little bit better, less hard to look at, who knows, I doubt it, but this is still pretty cool. I would wager that the last 4 games are probably Trilogy and Gold, and then the 2 90s spin-off games. But I would love to be wrong. I think it's really lame that they're making us wait this long, because if the games release in September, the very last day of September, mind you, we're in August right now, and we still don't know what we're getting. We don't know how much it's going to cost. Obviously, it depends where you live, you know, as to how much it's going to cost. But it's interesting because if it's all the older games, you would sort of expect it to be a really small download and not that expensive. But if the 3D era games are in there too, they could probably ask a decent price for this, unfortunately. Even though they're not remasters, they could probably still ask a decent price for these, because, you know, it's a lot of games. Even then, I live in Australia, so brand new games are usually like $100. Because these aren't new, technically, I could see if it's just the old games, they could probably get away with selling this for like $50, which is still insane to me, but who knows? It's a big collection of old games. Sometimes people are greedy, we know Warner Bros, so I really hope it won't be that expensive. But either way, let me know what you guys think. What games do you think will be revealed? Do you think they will reveal them, or do you think we'll be left to wait even longer? I really hope not, because if it is those games I suspect it is, it's just really disappointing. I love that we're getting these games, I love we're getting this collection, but it might just be a little underwhelming if that is the case. But let me know in the comments, what is the first game you're going to play from this collection? I reckon I'm going to try MK1 first. For some reason, MK1's always been my favourite of the original trilogy. And then I reckon MK4, because I've barely played that. So let me know your thoughts on the video. Again, apologies for any audio things, any issues. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing for more Mortal Kombat news videos. Hope you all have a great day. And remember, if you want to stay up to date with any Evo stuff, there'll probably be there'll be live streams and, you know, news posted on YouTube, any social media. So don't worry if you can't watch it. You'll be all good. Thanks, everyone.